Oli Beaudoin. We're in Quebec City right now, playing at D'auteuil tonight with my band Kataklysm. The role of the metal drummer, it evolved very, very quickly. The tempo has been going up in the songs, the average. The speed at which drummers have to play by now is very crazy. Drummers had to adapt somehow by learning new techniques, finding new ways to make it still sound good, as well as be able to play consistently, especially in context of touring where every night's different. It's a physical challenge, sleeping in buses, eating weird stuff. Most modern drummers are starting to realize that you have to keep fit and healthy, keep your muscles in shape. Gear-wise, we had to learn new ways to adapt and to make it sound good, so the use of trigger became almost like an imperative, especially on bass drums. And with Kataklysm, I'm using it on snare also to help get some big sound out of very fast songs. To keep a good sound while going faster and faster is very hard because you can't give as much on every hit. The use of triggers, the RT30 with my TM2 modules, is making it possible to keep this kind of consistency over fast parts, slow parts, so you don't have to kill yourself trying to hit as hard as you can when it goes like in 16 notes above like 220 or up. The way around that is to use some kind of settings that's going to help get a full hit from the trigger while the microphone keeps the dynamic range going. In our case, I use the exact same sample. The sample from the snare is inside the module, full velocity on the trigger and full dynamic range with the microphone, and that gets blended out in the PA. Kick sound at this speed, we could use a hybrid, but most guys now, including me, are just using full-on triggers. At this speed, I would say above 200, 210 in 16th notes, it gets very blurry. We have songs with parts at 250 and 16th notes, so with the triggers, with the technique I use, also heel-toe technique, it works really well, really precise. We use samples also that we made ourselves inside the little SD card that goes in the TM2, and with that we're all set. The sound we have right now for kick drum is so good that our soundman uses it as almost to tweak the room, to get the sound picture of the room itself. So for my setup, this is a TM2 from Roland. This is my backup unit right here. Never had to use it, but you never know, so you keep it in case. The two triggers I'm using, the two units are the RD30K for kick drum, RD30HR for snare drum. Sometimes I also use for the whole tom setup. The signal is sent to a DI box, which is sent to front of house. I take the return directly in my mixer, so that way I can always monitor my kick and snare. From here I have an iPad which is running samples. Very simple setup, but it's effective. Never any problem with that. The triggers are like a part of the band's sound. There's no way we can get rid of that at this point. This is basically the core of our bass drum sound. Since we're not using microphone, the RT30K is 100% the sound of the bass drum you use from the samples we have. The RD30HR is the signal we send for a snare, but it's this exact snare I sample with the Sennheiser microphone. That's basically the whole setup. Doing music as a living is just basically 1 hour a day and you're done, but that hour has to be super intense. It's awesome. It's the best thing I could do.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!